La maudite Davy Show.
I have seen the dark shadows moving in the woods, and I have no doubt that whatever I have resurrected through this book is sure to come calling for me.
David, you look absolutely terrific, honestly. You've got like glue on.
This is where the worst begins. This is where we must stop. For beyond is the work of madness. The nightmare of insane murder and lingering death. Get inside and lock your doors. Close your windows. Someone is watching you. Someone is waiting for you. Someone wants to scare you to death.
This is Albert from the Tuesday Show. You're listening to the goddamn Dave Hill Show, now on a flipping Monday.
Dave.
Wait, are we on the show?
We are, yeah.
Isn't the song still playing, or am I on drugs? I mean, yes and yes.
You're probably listening to the stream and not
what's wrong with me? Anyway, hello and welcome to the Dave Hill Goodtime Hour. the slickest show in North America. Anyway, hi, how are you? I'm a mess. Thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. Hello to Chris Gersbeck,
Hi.
boy criminal, and I didn't. There was rumors that Des was not going to be joining us tonight.
I know, and
But
then
there he is. He walks among us.
literally,
Is he allowed on the program? Where is he?
I mean,
Why do we not see him? There we see him.
miracles can happen.
We were all terribly worried. Oh my gosh. Anyway, how is everybody doing tonight?
Fantastic.
good.
I'm asking the listeners.
Oh,
Bonsoir. Bonjour, Deborah Rose says. My French is, you wouldn't know it to look at me, but my French is very limited.
you guys hear the bed music that come through?
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh, nice.
Sexually charged. Anyway, we have an incredible gravity-defying show for you tonight. I've eaten 4 cookies today, so I'm on self-destruct.
How long did it take you to eat the 4 cookies?
I ate 2 sort of during the day, and I just had 2 just now.
Okay. I mean,
They were stale even. That's how much of a mess I am.
just needed.
They were stale, but I didn't care. I don't give a fuck about anything. What else is going on? We have I have a lot of Crime Blotter locked and loaded for tonight.
Nice.
Did I mention that we have an incredible guest?
Not yet.
I intend to now. My dear friend, hilarious comedian, actor, podcaster, so much more, Gareth Reynolds, from Wisconsin, and he is co-host of the Dollop podcast, which is an extremely popular podcast. If you're not aware of it, I would think you would, because it's one of the most popular podcasts in the world. I think
as popular as this one.
Chris, I've been crunching the numbers on this show, the Dave Hill Goodtime Hour, as it's been known by the way, I wanted to address, we still have to, and this is on me, swap out the goddamn Dave Hill Show logo in the intro video and put the new logo into the show. But then as I was watching it tonight, I was thinking maybe this is like, when like a cool restaurant does, they just move into like a dry cleaner and then they leave the dry cleaner's sign up.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yeah, there used to be a dry cleaner here and we still have the dry cleaner sign. So there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They do it. It's been, I don't know. I read it on the internet that it happens.
Would you be keeping that city skyline background or getting rid of that altogether as well?
Oh, I want to keep the city. I think that's Shanghai. I need to watch the video again. But I think it might be Shanghai. I can't remember. I think I just grabbed a fun city that I've never been to. I've been to China, don't get me wrong.
Have you really?
I have. Well, yes. I've been to Hong Kong, and I've been to Macau. The only 2 places I've been to in China. So it's not like I'm authority.
Mhm.
But and I didn't think that we could have phone calls tonight because we were worried Desmond, but you can call in 347-474-0260. That's 347-474-0260. You can see the graphic for the tip jar is up. We're gonna do a tip jar tonight, and this is absolutely shameless. But as I've mentioned before, we're running on fumes, and so we're gonna do a tip jar. Half the money is gonna go to No Kid Hungry, which is a great organization that, as hinted at in the name, gives money to kids, and we're just gonna keep the rest and try to get some new equipment and get a decent phone line.
Yeah.
Because I won't lie to you, this is the topic that I actually wanted to bring up.
Yes.
or the calls tonight. And you can call 347-474-0260. The topic, I was thinking, what is wrong with us? Why is this podcast so unpopular? It's so unpopular to where we can't really afford to do it much longer, realistically. As I've hinted at before, we probably can't afford to keep doing this if we can't figure out a way to pay to improve it and stuff like that. So that's why I want to make the topic, what's wrong with us? I think Chris and I were talking before the show. I think the problem with this show, the main problem, is the host.
No.
That's the main problem. Why is it? You can take the tip jar. Is that up the whole time?
No.
Where's? Oh. No, we got to let people see us some of the times. But anyway, yeah. If you want to give us the tip jar, help us keep gas in the tank here on the show. I know I say it all the time, but we're not looking to get rich, but we're just looking to be able to to get a phone line and things like that. Find a better distributor, fire your producer. But that's Chris.
Could
Oh,
we come,
no.
Could we come up with like a hashtag or something?
Yes.
Maybe a hashtag.
That would
I
be
don't
good.
know.
What should our hashtag be?
Fire Dave Hill.
What's wrong with Hill?
A 1 and a 2 has a good suggestion. Get a new Dave Hill Twitter account to promote it.
Yeah, that might help.
Yeah, but I can't. They won't let me on Twitter anymore.
Can't you just go as like David Hill? How would they know?
What if you got like if you try to, I mean, you said something before about like they were able to recognize your internet signature, I guess your computer signature.
Yeah.
They trace it back. You can't. If I got like a burner phone, I could do it. But I don't know. It's I think it all, the problem points back to me. I think so. That's the main. What is the problem?
Yeah, before we didn't think Des was going to be here tonight, so we were going to let people zoom in. So should we still let people zoom in?
Do that. I do have 2 calls on hold already.
Let's take some calls. And so the first question is, what is our problem? The other one, if I can, is to vote on, should I get bangs?
Hard no.
I'm going to take my headphones off and let you know I'm dangerously close to a very grunge era look in my estimation, and something has to be done.
I think it's the first time your hair has been longer than mine.
This is the longest my hair's been since the 90s.
Yeah.
I got some locks.
Do I? Yeah, you
Des-
have some hot lock. Maybe everyone, we can vote on bangs or no bangs for everyone. But this is the problem. I'm gonna look like not like I'm in Pearl Jam, but like a band that's heavily influenced by Pearl Jam in the 90s, not currently. So wait, this is. See, that's why it's a good look for what I do most days, which is ride my bike around town and give the finger to people.
I think if you got
Then
bangs,
do
you'd end
that.
up looking like you were in a band that was influenced by Radiohead. So you're just moving it up 10 years with bangs.
Really?
That was my first.
No, but then Radiohead, then their haircuts were influenced by older bands
Sure.
from a bygone era.
Then we're all just trying to be Bowie then.
Oh, well, I'm going to put it in there anyway. So what's our problem?
Yeah.
How can we make this show more popular? Or should we stop trying to make it any more popular and
we?
just, look at the data and just be like, hey, why not focus on your Etsy store?
You have to start an Etsy store because every time you post something, people lose their minds.
I have been painting stuff. I did start an Etsy store over, I think, yesterday. This is the problem.
You forgot your login?
No, I made an Etsy store. I've been painting literally random objects that I've been buying at the flea market on Saturdays. And and people have been asking about buying them. But then I'm like, what's it worth? And then the self-loathing kicks in and says, it's worth nothing, Dave. You should be paying them to take it. But then I look up similar items on Etsy, and people are charging like a lot of money. Now, am I saying that my items are as good as those other items? No. What do I know? I don't know. So I looked up, for example, I painted this hatchet, and people were charging for painted hatchets. People are charging like $160 some dollars.
Do people collect painted?
And they paint just the one side of the hatchet. My hatchet, every inch of it is painted.
Handle too?
Every inch of it is covered in paint. So I put it up there for a price that was in the ballpark of what other people were charging. And then I instantly felt disgusted with myself. And now so the item, the painted hatchet is still up there, but it's ridiculously priced. It's actually not, but I just think I should just give it to people rather than charge people for it, because I'm just doing it for fun. I'm not like trying to horn in on the Etsy world.
Then you just got to kind of put it up there and forget about it. Set it and forget it, like they say. And then
set it and forget it.
When it sells in 3 months for whatever you asked for, it's like, well,
I'll be like, oh my gosh, cocaine.
Yeah.
No, I'll use it to get some. We can put it into this show. Maybe we'll pay for what we need on this show through my overpriced items on Etsy. Yeah. But if you want, you can. No, I was thinking of giving any Etsy money to charity or something. I don't know, like No Kid Hungry, where we're going to give half the money tonight.
Yeah.
Even though tomorrow I'll probably wake up and be like, you know what? Let's just give it all to them, because I've this anyway. Let's take some calls. The question is, what's our problem, and should I get bangs, or it can be a third thing that you come up with.
We had 2 calls. One of them dropped. So if you're listening, call back again, and I'll try to flip you on. I might not be able to say hi.
347-474-0260.
Yeah. For now, we got Elvira.
Oh, Jesus. No, just kidding.
Leading off. Elvira, are you there?
Hello?
That might be on my end.
Uh-oh, we may have lost. Well, all right. 347-474-0260. 1 and 2 says enable super chats here on YouTube. That's what I don't know if it was you that said this last week, but I looked into it because I was like, what super chats? But this channel that this show is on, this was where it gets shocking, does not have the popularity yet required to enable super chat.
Does that
it's
mean we
actually
have to
getting
do,
close.
We have to do more streams, or just more people have to watch?
I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't know how it works.
We
may have lost. Oh, all right.
I got him back.
347-474-0260.
Wait, why are we here?
I'm on
delay.
Chats here on YouTube. That's what.
This is the caller now. Elvira's on hold.
Wait.
So the caller needs to turn their audio down.
Right.
The caller needs to turn their, or I'll freak out.
We're straightened out now. This is what happens when I jump on last minute. I'm not. Elvira, are you there? I can hear him.
Hello, Elvira. I don't know. We can't see this.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's going on?
Sorry, everybody.
This is gonna be hard for you, Elvira, because there's topics.
Hear me?
There's some weird delay, I think, with you.
It's my daughter's 6th birthday today.
That's not that. Happy birthday to your daughter. I was gonna say that's not the topic.
Well, actually, I'm a digital media master. I can't hear you, so I'm just going to have to talk for a bit, and then I'll get off the line. It would be that you use your Maximum Fun Network to help get knowledge about you by being a guest on other shows and doing kind of crossovers.
That's a good idea.
Inviting other members of the Maximum Fun Network to come onto your show to be guests and vice versa. And then you can use the list that's already there with a lot of listeners at your hands. That would be my suggestion.
That's actually a really good idea.
The other thing would be contests and reasons to come back. Topics to leave, subjects for people on the to come into next week, so they can be thinking about you all week, like I do.
Oh, I like that.
All right, I can't hear you, so I'm going to bid you all farewell and know that I appreciate you and that our lives are better with you in it. Take care.
Nice of him to say. You still can't hear us, Elvira?
They're gone.
Wow.
Everyone in the chat, those are good. Thank you, Elvira. Those are good suggestions. And everyone has really good suggestions in the chat. This is the kind of help we need. Listener feed. A 1 and a 2 says, ask your viewers to 1, like the video. Yeah, that would be great. Everyone like the video. It's on. Just go here. I'm going to do it right now. I just liked our video. Everyone do that. Retweet tweets announcing the show. That would be amazing if you do that.
Share it right now.
Yeah.
Twitter. Just hit that share button and tweet it.
While it's happening. I do have another call. Let me just see if this one. Caller, can you hear us? Hello?
Wait, I heard someone say one. Was that the song?
Caller, you there?
It sounds like we have. I think the issue might be on your end, James, because we're over 3.
It's definitely me.
Not judging you, but this,
What's wrong?
Should we get people to zoom in?
Yeah, let's get. This is the. Oh, and welcome to John Sixela, who says he's just joining now. New to the party. Yeah, the Zoom link. People can. Is that a call?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hi. I can hear you.
Excellent. Okay.
This is amazing. Is this Carrie from Brooklyn?
Yes, it is.
I could tell by the dulcet tones.
By my
voice.
sultry voice. Here, you guys are way behind. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna not listen to the.
Yeah, turn off your.
I'm like, we're like way in the future, or way in the past. Who knows? It's all the same day. It's all the same fucking day. You can say like bad words now, right? Because you're not.
Yeah, you're a grown woman.
Radio.
You can say whatever you like.
So.
No, and we're not on terrestrial radio.
That's one way to get people, right?
What is that? That you can swear?
Yeah, it's like not having to, censor yourself, since everybody says, so stressed about that.
What? I don't think there's a big stress about not being able to swear. Or are you talking about
No, callers, like people are calling in, like, you don't want to like mess up. You don't want to like get like bleeps or something, you don't want to get like kicked off.
No one's gonna kick you off.
Okay.
I mean, they might actually. So Carrie, it sounds like you're saying a way we could improve the show is to make it clear that people are allowed to use profanity.
Yeah.
Which I think is maybe the best suggestion we've had yet. No, they've a lot of good suggestions. What's that?
I mean, I've said from the beginning, I think that that if you guys are on, you have to let your guests be on so people can see them. And you said it's like a, like a pyramid scheme. Like if you pay so much money, you'll work your way up, kind of the vow system.
What are you talking about?
Like the cults, like maybe make it more of a cult if you really want to go that route. Or, like, I feel like it's weird that we can see you 3 guys, but you can't see the 4th person that calls in, or the 5th, depending on if you have a guest.
Yeah, you can see the guest. You can see the guest every week.
No, I mean not the guests, the call in people, because I think that's a lot of the charm.
No, because when
then it's like Jimmy from Carney under the blanket, looking at his nose.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see that, or like maybe like he has a stuffed animal talking for him, or who knows? I mean, you can do so. It could be weird. It could get weird, and weird is good.
We have someone in the waiting room right now. If we want to bring them in.
All right, let's do it.
It's called whoever they are. It's the Tubester.
See?
The Tubester. See, this is the kind
how
of
this goes.
See, don't you want to see them?
Did you hear that reporter from the New Yorker got suspended for taking his dick out during a Zoom meeting?
Oh my God,
Oops.
Zoom dick.
How now, Matt? I didn't read the story. I couldn't bring myself to read it. But
He
what?
said he thought he was on. He said he thought you couldn't see him, and he was fully masturbating. Like what?
He was
Like,
masturbating?
Like on his like business call, just being like, yeah.
Stroking it, like
I think he was
giving it like a stretch.
He was like, I guess, planning to jerk off to the meeting itself, unbeknownst.
Oh, that's. I would say, I have very low standards, but I think that's unprofessional.
I was gonna say, is that what it's like on the other side, Dave? You're in showbiz. Is that what happens? It's just weird all the time?
I'm not familiar with that. I mean, certainly not anything from my personal playbook.
Certainly not in the comic world. Certainly nobody would ever take their dick out in the comic world.
Oh, you know.
That never happens.
I've heard rumors.
All right,
There's rumors.
Should we let the Tubester in?
Yeah, let's let the Tubester in. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm scared.
Where's the Tubester?
Are you guys throwing me out? Is that it? Do I hang up?
I think there's a delay with you, Carrie. We can't really hear you.
Oh, okay.
There's
the Tubester comes in and I go out. Tube in, carry out.
Let's do that because the phones are not working properly. Everything's all like on some weird delay.
Okay.
I'm enraged. Where's the Tubester?
I don't know. I'm trying to get them to start the video and they're not. They won't.
First time Zoom.
I guess so.
This is why it's a limited feature. Kevin.
There's actually a lot of remarkable suggestions.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Is someone masturbating?
That's the reporter who was.
Oh, so he was masturbating?
Yeah, that guy was.
Like while is it so the Tubester, are you there?
They just left. Oh no, they're back.
That's pretty good.
All right.
Wait, so the story, so the guy was just fully masturbating on.
Apparently, I mean
myself, so I don't know.
He looks like
I couldn't find the video as much as I searched for it.
He looks a bit older, but not old enough to retire. Not old enough to be like, you know what, I had a good run.
Well, here he is.
That's what happened to Chris Matthews, right?
No, really?
Well,
I mean, I believe anything. Who knows?
Kept confusing politicians for other politicians and stuff. It's really hard.
Oh.
Looks a bit older, but not old enough to retire.
Why
is there the? I had a good run. What is that? What is the fucking?
That's the Tubester.
Oh, get rid of that because it's
right.
not working.
I'm taking them out.
Get rid of the Tubester. Anyone who keeps the sound down their other thing
you immediately
is out.
Tossed out.
But this is really highlighting why we could use some money to get an actual system in place. I know everyone's like, Dave, you're a millionaire. No, I actually have not worked in 6 months, and I've spent all the millions on cocaines
And stale cookies.
and stale cookies. I literally have not worked in 6 months, 7 months.
You did that show a couple weeks ago, right?
What show?
Didn't you do your first?
If anyone's saying I did a show online and that was working, they're out of their fucking minds.
No, didn't you?
Because there's no money in that. Not from me. I mean, there's plenty of people that make plenty of money, but I don't.
Right.
What show did I do?
Didn't you? You said you performed with some people a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I've done shows online, but you don't make like. This is a little secret about comedy across the board.
Uh-huh.
When you do a set on a show, you don't make any money that will make any difference in your life.
I thought you did that one live. My apologies.
What's that?
That I don't know, when you mentioned a couple weeks ago that was your first time doing any.
Oh no! Oh, I did a lot. Yeah, I did a live show. Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, I was right.
But that that was a very small,
Right.
small. It was sold out. Don't get me wrong, but no, very small. It's like under 30 people. You can't buy a lot of cocaine performing for 30 people.
No.
Do we have is our guest on?
Not yet. No.
There's a lot of
unless that was Gareth as the tubester. I don't know.
It might have. That would be impressive. Maggot Mind says, do another apartment tour. That one from 2009 was so epic. Wait a minute. I didn't do. Wait, do. Oh.
You did your Ohio one.
I did a tour of the place I'm staying now. That is on YouTube. I would not do a tour of my current apartment because I feel like I don't want to share my life that much. Let people know the depravity that I get up to.
Mm-hmm. After like porn shoots and stuff, people might recognize. Oh shit!
Yeah, they're like, wait a minute, that's the giant foot chair.
I've seen that.
That gaping video was shot on.
Oh.
That was in poor taste. I don't know why I dragged gaping into this.
The pink sleeve.
There's
pink sock.
Chris. Oh yeah, we had the pink sock. Was that last week?
That was last week. My wife was so upset when I was playing that back for her.
Not to pat myself on the back at all, but I've yet to watch that, to Google pink sock.
You're better off, I'm sure.
You know what I did? Oh yeah, I think I'm better off. This is very sad, because I thought this whole pandemic was just going to be a couple weeks. I didn't pack many socks. For to come here to the bunker, and they're all getting holes in them because I have so few socks, and I just wear them and wash them. And I'll be honest, I walk outside in them with the dog a lot, like a goddamn hillbilly. And so today I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to buy some socks. And nothing cheers me up more than a fun sock. You guys know that.
They are. They're very, they're uplifting. A fun pair of socks.
Yeah, you get some fun socks, and you're like, all right, I feel 1% better. So I Googled men's fun socks today, and I immediately was like, oh God, this is the saddest thing I've ever done.
What'd you find?
Besides masturbate on this Zoom soon. What's that?
What kind of socks did you find?
There was a pair of socks that were like a box of Frosted Flakes.
Ooh.
And, but I didn't get them, but I saw them and I was like, you know what? I'm fun, but I'm not that fun.
No.
I'm getting a text from Gareth says he's here.
Yeah, he's backstage. Should we let him in?
This is amazing. Yeah, because this is, that way I'll stop bitching. It's very gray and rainy here and along the majestic shores of Lake Erie, and I think it just turned me into a real nightmare, as you can see. But anyway, I'm very excited. Our guest, I don't think. Let's just have him on. There he is. He looks incredible. Gareth Reynolds.
Dave, this is like a real talk show.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
It's amazing. Gareth, you look amazing. Have you been working out?
Well, since our days when you and I used to go on the streets and Times Square and take our shirts off and take pictures with people, I have been working out a little, yeah.
Oh wow. Well, you look like. So what's your regimen?
It's mostly Kegel. It's a lot of Kegel.
Kegel, that's the taint exercise.
You can use it full body. It's core. I mean, everything's core. That's the one thing you learn right away. Everything's hydration and core, and Kegel amongst them.
Hydrating with what? Water, probably.
Water, yeah. Water, your electrolytes. You want to mix. and then water. It's water based. Everything's water based.
Well, wait, the Kegel exercise. Can you do one for us now?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of just sort of like, so right now, to you, I look the same. But what you're missing is that there's a whole area right now that you could punch and nothing would happen to. And that's genitals.
I wouldn't do that to you.
You're
a friend.
You're a good friend, and I would do a show like this.
Yeah.
How are you, Dave? You look great.
Safe. Oh, thanks. I mean, I wasn't,
angling
complimenting you to tee you up to in turn compliment me back.
It's fine.
But no, I'm doing Kegels right now. How do you do it? Is that like it's squeezing the butthole?
I think no. I believe in actuality, is it not vaginal? I think Kegel is vagina based.
Chris, can we run a check on that?
I think it's usually attributed to the vagina, but men cannot. It's the same muscle you use when you have to like stop pissing suddenly.
Right. Yeah. It's your cock bouncer. The one who's like, whoa, we're not there yet, buddy. We're not letting anyone in. Two's got to come out.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me try it. Okay. Wait, Des is chiming. Des, you have insights into this?
I would think it's just I can't get my video on there, but I think it's just working the pelvic floor.
Yeah. Right? Exactly.
That's
okay.
I'm flexing it right now.
Yeah.
See, this is oh boy. Yeah. All right. Well, whatever you're doing, Gareth,
Thank you.
It's amazing. Now, I was as I said earlier in the show, you are co-host of the Dollop, which is one of the world's most popular podcasts.
Yes.
It
gosh.
Really.
Someone got nervous when you said that. That's what happened. That's why didn't you hear someone just drop something? It sounded like someone dropped a watch in a shot glass. I'm good at sound mystery.
That is exactly what it sounded like.
It was a wrench, literally a wrench.
I'll fight that. I will fight that.
Now where are you right now, Gareth Reynolds?
Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now what room are you in? There seems to be a diploma above. Is that a closet?
Actually, Dave, you'll like what that is. That's actually a framed Green Bay Packers stock. That is my share as part owner of the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, now I see the G. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you're looking at over there.
You'll be happy to know this. When talking about you earlier in the show, I said, by the way, he's from Wisconsin. I believe Brown Deer, Wisconsin.
Very good, Dave. Wow. Yes.
I'm sorry, I just blacked out.
No, it was out of body, but it was fantastic.
It's Brown Deer. Now, paint us a picture with words. Where is Brown Deer, Wisconsin?
It's a suburb in Milwaukee County, and it was kind of right where it was kind of like when you had left like the rich part, and you were starting to get to more
the mean streets.
The mean streets, but not fully like the suburb mean street. But it was where it gets a little shadier, and then
public golf courses.
Yes, Brown Deer Park golf course. Yeah, Brown Deer Park was
no public golf courses.
Yeah.
I'm saying when things get rough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we're on the same team with this.
Yeah.
And it was great. We had a big yard, and I had a lot of animals, and I would go and get
you
cigarettes.
Mean pets? Pets. What kind of animals?
Just dogs and cats.
Oh, okay.
Cats, gerbil now and then, depending on the year.
Sure.
And I would buy cigarettes as a youth from a vending machine with quarters at the bowling alley.
Really? So you've been smoking? You currently don't smoke?
No, I do not smoke now. Not cigarettes, but yeah, that was what
took me a
what
second to get that. That's okay. Yeah, and you're of Scottish descent.
English mainly.
Wait, but I thought isn't your dad from Scotland?
No, he's from England. Both of them are from England.
Why did I choose to believe he was from Scotland?
Because it's better. That would be better.
It would be better.
It's an upgrade. And you think so highly of me, you want the best story, and I
want the best for you.
And I appreciate
I always
that.
thought your dad.
So you know
was
what? Let's take it back. Ask me if my dad's from Scotland.
Hey, Gareth. Now your dad's from Scotland, right?
100% Scottish.
See, it is better, right?
Better. It's a better story. That's what I'm going to say from now on.
Now, do you have dual citizenship?
I do. Yes, I have the UK one, which was I actually got when when I was starting to sense, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, right when I was starting to sense some changes coming, and then Brexit. When I had put the move in motion, it I'd been waiting. It takes there's a lot of correction and shit like that. And then while I was in the approval process getting approved, Brexit happened, and I was like, well, a huge part of the charm of this was the ability to go around Europe. So.
Oh yeah, I thought you were going to say that you were considering moving to the UK, and then when Brexit happened, you were reminded there's idiots everywhere.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much the sentiment anyway. Yeah, I mean, it was I remember my mother was in LA the night that it happened, and she was hammered, and she goes, "Oh, I can't believe it's gone through. It's horrible. What does it mean?" But yeah, it's terrible. And it is. England, you look at England now, you're like, oh yeah, this is very in line with America. They're like 10 years behind.
Oh,
running to catch up, like heaving.
Oh yeah, but I don't know if maybe you don't do this because your dad being from Scotland and your mom being from England, but I think in America at least me just being a guy from the mean streets of suburban Cleveland, I always think English people, the British people in general, are smarter.
Yeah, but I agree. It's partially, and then, but for a while, I think they were, and then like the last couple times I've gone over there, I've been like, oh, okay, no, it's totally like, I'll be around my family going like, Brexit, it's so dumb, and two of them will be like, well, we voted for Brexit, and I'll be like, oh god. No, sorry, they'd be like, well, we voted for Brexit. Everybody's Scottish, 100%. My mother's Scottish,
please,
too.
yeah.
She just became Scottish.
Can you move it around like it? If I said like, well, you were talking to some Scottish people, and they voted for Brexit.
Yeah.
What did they say?
Oh, it's about bloody time. I'm sick of absolutely getting screwed by the European system and union. It's been unfair the entire bloody time. It's over.
Now, have you talked to any Welsh people about it though?
Yes, it's a bit harder, but yes, we talk to Welsh people about it all the time.
Now, what about Mancunians?
It's like it's a bit tougher, like, isn't it? It's tougher to understand, but yeah, we 100% in favor of it.
This is strong. Did you know that one of the most Googled things in the UK after Brexit went through was what is Brexit?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That was because it was essentially like what happens if a bus tour gets elected prime minister. It was like an ad campaign. And then it was just all of a sudden like, all right, it's going through. And everyone was like, is it good? And then it was like, no. And the thing is now that they could still say, hey, EU, we're really sorry. We lost our head a little bit back there. Can we have a deal? And it would just be so much better for the future of the UK, but you can't do that because you would look so stupid. Yeah. And we can't do that, David. It's all about ego, not well-being.
Exactly. Now, but it's still hasn't really been sorted.
Not fully, no. Soon though, it seems like the EU is starting to set deadlines.
But couldn't they just like tomorrow even go like, what are you talking about?
That would be a good move. That would be great. We said what? No, I think that was for a pop star, if I remember correctly. We were like,
yeah.
I don't remember that. Well, we don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah. That would be the way to play it.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, the way they've acted, they left. So it's like essentially they were like, it would be like if you were living with a significant other, and then one day your significant other was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm getting my own place, and you were like, fuck, okay, well I got to move on with my life. And then it was like 2.5 years later where they were like, am I forgetting anything? And you're like, get the fuck out. What are you doing?
You have too good of a deal on the Empire. What are you having there? Is that a Chardonnay?
This is not. It's so funny you asked because I opened it and then I looked at the label, which is how I like to do it. I'm not like most sommeliers. I like to open it and then find out what I'm at. Yes, exactly. And it just, I don't know where the hell it came from, and it just said New York table wine.
That sounds delicious.
It's actually really good. I was like very happy with it. Yeah.
I find if it says table wine, then I'll probably like it because
I've never noticed that. I think I do too now.
Yeah.
It's got a bite to it.
Yeah, it has a little bite. It tastes a little bit like it's been left out a while.
Which is what I like.
Yeah.
I like a rotting wine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it tastes like it's been left out overnight at a party.
It's lived a little. Yeah. Worked in like a catcher's mitt.
And it's priced to move.
That's exactly. Well, listen, same here.
Yeah.
Now, how are you? What are you doing in the mean streets now that you're in Ohio? What are you doing?
I came out here in March for just what I thought would be just a few weeks.
Sure. This sounds like it would be the pilot episode of the Dave Hill story.
This is the thing. This is what I was literally spent just complaining about a lack of money.
Okay.
Prior to you came out, just whining and whining about this, how, I was just whining.
Okay. You're allowed.
I was just whining. But I attribute it mostly to the weather and that I ate 4 cookies today. And I'm just kind of.
Well, I've seen the breakfast you've been posting. Some days they can be pretty.
It's
sugary.
Anything goes.
Yeah,
I mean,
and other days, who knows? Yeah.
It's amazing. I've stayed in such incredible shape these last.
It looks like you're in better shape, honestly.
It's weird because I used to eat much better. And now
someone said that you were doing Kegel stuff. Is that true?
I'm doing Kegel stuff. Have you ever tried that?
I've read about it. I've always wanted to get involved.
I've been doing it this whole conversation.
A lot of facial. It's a facial exercise.
Yeah, I can't really.
Guys, we have someone in Zoom who wants to join. If you guys are willing.
This is a real roll of the dice. You guys can turn your cameras on when you chime in. There we go. That's the stuff.
Something just fell in my kitchen.
Gareth Reynolds, co-host of the Dollop podcast, Brown Deer, Wisconsin's own. Should we let a random person zoom into this show?
I think we have we always say when we spend time together, let's just let the night take us. And so I think we have to say yes.
This is true. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Who do we have here?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Gareth. It's Matt Arnold from beautiful Iowa City, Iowa.
Oh, there's Matt Arnold. Yeah.
One of the toss-up states, it seems.
Unfortunately, yes. Or it's moving in the right direction.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean.
It used to be solid blue for a long time. Gareth, you're going way back on the podcast. Your 10-cent beer night episode.
Yes.
Was one of the funniest things I've ever listened to.
Well, it seems like one of the craziest things that could be talked about. So, yeah.
Wait,
do you know that story, Dave?
Is that's not the one from Cleveland Municipal Stadium?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I regret that I have not heard that episode, but as a Cleveland native, I'm familiar.
Yes.
Well, do you want to break it down for us?
Well, Matt, you can back me up here, but essentially what happened was ticket sales were so bad that some kind of promotion was needed to spike the attendance. And desperate times calls for desperate measures. And a 10-cent beer, even then, is just a ludicrous price. So essentially what you're saying is you're saying like, we're not looking for fans, we're looking for alcoholics. And then you invite alcoholics to like almost an open bar, and then a baseball game breaks out. And so the fans were, I mean, just shit-faced. Like after Wedding hammered when the game started, and immediately people start streaking and people start stealing like bases and running around. And it was the Rangers and the Cleveland baseball team. And then they ended up having to sort of defend each other against the fans. At one point they had like a beer truck outside, that was like loaded with kegs of beer. And like these two teenage girls were like manning it, or womanning it. And the fans just overtook it and basically just started like drinking out of it like it was, like a milkshake, just like sucking on taps. And it was just alcohol ran the event in the evening, and it was just nuts. And literally, like the Rangers players were like, it was a war zone. They were trying to get off the field, and fans are like, "We'll kill you!" And we're like, because they had to call the game because it was out of control. And fans were like, or they cut off beer. That's what it was. They cut off beer eventually. And so think of what you did. Yeah, exactly.
The beer was the gasoline, and the cutting off was the match.
That's exactly right. Yes.
Oh man,
Dave, a mutual friend, Joe's dad was calling Cleveland games. So was the announcer while all of that was going on.
Joe Tate. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's quotes of him where he, it's just like 3 balls, 2 strikes. That lady's running around naked. She's got her clothes on the left outfield. We're going to take a break.
That's amazing. Oh man, I that would have been, yeah. I'm sorry I missed out.
You were probably really young, but I
was just a pretty young thing. Yeah. But I remember, I mean, certainly I had been to Cleveland Municipal Stadium, and my memories of it are just the smell of piss.
I remember my dad took me to Milwaukee County Stadium to watch the Brewers play, and I was probably 6 years old. And I just remember there were like 3 or 4 guys right in front of us who were just shit-faced. And when you're a kid and you just like, you pick up on like energy, you're like, I don't like what, I didn't know they were drunk, but I was like, I don't like this. And one of the guys eventually got up and took his pants all the way down, and he was just bare ass, penis out. And I was like, and then his friends made him pull up his pants, and I was like, what's going on?
But that's a memory that'll stick with you.
When I think of my dad, I think of that. My Scottish father, I think of that.
So that was about it from my perspective. Gareth, I just want it, like I said, it was that and Dave's Guitar Center bit from this year are probably 2 of the funniest things I've heard in a long time.
Thank you very much, Matt. Yeah,
thank you. And everyone listen to Matt's podcast, The Iowa Idea.
Actually, Gareth, one of the I just did a in-depth on Bill Veeck. So,
did you?
When
really?
I think of 10-cent beer night, I also think of Disco Demolition Night, which has some great calls from it as well.
Oh yeah, just.
Are you familiar with that one, Dave?
What was that? Bill Veeck? No, I know that name vaguely.
He was a promoter and would own baseball teams for a while. Actually, get people to kind of pony up money, but owned Cleveland during their '50s series, set an attendance record there. Sent a midget up to bat for the St. Louis Browns. But Disco Demolition was bringing, if you brought a disco record to be blown up in between doubleheaders at Comiskey, you got into the game for, I forget it, but it was like a 10-cent beer night. Everybody wasn't there for baseball. They were there for something else. And you basically had a riot breakout on the field as they blew up disco records.
It was when Donna Summers went into the bunker.
Can I back it up a little bit? I have follow-up questions. You mentioned when was it? They had. Are you saying they had a little person up to bat?
Yeah, St. Louis Browns. He was doing. Veeck was doing stunts because he knew that the team itself wasn't going to get people in the stands. So he signed I believe, former circus performer to a 1-day contract, and even his number was 1/8.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
What year was
and-
this?
What's that?
When was this?
Like 1940s, late 40s.
This is wow.
It would be like what? The disco demolition was like 70.
I think
Had to be
like 79.
79 or 80. Yeah. It was like when disco ended, basically, because it was this, people just were like, "It's over finally." It was weird. You know how like Nirvana stopped hair bands? Like this was just an event where they're like, "Disco's done. You're done. We're cutting it off. No more."
Oh my God.
Well,
I'm learning a lot.
Thanks for
Thank
taking
you
the
so
call
much,
and
Matt.
entertaining.
And that's a very nice blind you have there.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can't see what the guest bedroom looks like. It's where we have to take calls when other parts of the office.
Well,
are
it's also
occupied.
where you go when you say, "I'm going to slip into something a little more comfortable."
Or
yeah,
getting ready to Zoom dick it, right?
Yep. Like
Zoom.
Jeffrey Tubin, who showed everyone his penis today for some reason.
I didn't know. I literally
okay,
learned on this show. I learned the details of. I didn't read.
I still don't really know the detail. Why did he? Why?
Well, it sounds like it's getting worse.
How
get
did he
Chris in
accidentally
here.
get his dick out?
Chris, do you want to chime in?
So apparently he he claims that he thought that his camera was off.
Right.
He's not denying the fact that he was just like furiously masturbating during.
Wait. Okay, because makes sense. It's horrifying. But in my head, I was like, why? Yeah, why was this? Like he was like, I thought my camera was off, and then it's like, right, quick follow up, Jeffrey. Not to be the legal analyst about your penis, but why was your penis out? So he was just jerking off.
He was just jerking off. Apparently, people were horrified.
Well, absolutely.
No, when I first heard it, I was like, "Oh, he had like boxers on, and he didn't realize like the fly was open." And
right, totally.
That's what. Yeah, that's what you would. That's reasonable.
That's relatable.
Carrie Curran says, I mean, you must have rubbed one out at least once in the 5 years on WFMU with no vid.
Come on, Dave. Keep straight, baby.
I was in most of it. I can say that never happened on any night.
No, I didn't. I tend to compartmentalize my behavior, I guess.
Wow.
In that,
so
if I had I been a golden corral, sure. No, I didn't. I think it'd be rude. If you're not on your, if your own, I feel like you got to be on your own turf, or literally in any hotel room in the world.
Well, it just shows you that Jeffrey Tubin is masturbating too much when he's like, also during meetings. It's like, dude, carve out a little time for you, Jeff.
Oh man, that's a tough one I would think a tough one to bounce back from.
I think it might be.
Though, if anyone can do it. Oh
Tubes.
My God.
It's Tubes. If anyone can do it, it's Tubes.
That's amazing.
He's amazing.
I've learned a lot in the last several minutes, I have to say.
It's been big for you.
Quite a bit. Well, thank you, Matt Arnold, and everyone listened to the Iowa Idea podcast.
Thank you, Matt. See you, bud.
That's
We're slipping to something more comfortable behind that.
Yeah. That is what that's for. When 100%. You go and you watch the silhouette
Yeah. And well, it's like the second you see like my shirt on there, you're like, oh, things are taking a turn. Do you care for a drink, Dave? And you're like, oh my God, this is all culminating and there's a lot of tension suddenly. This meeting's weird.
I'm reading right now the Rob Halford autobiography.
Oh,
the singer for Judas Priest, of course. And that's pretty much that sort of thing happens pretty much in every. If you like Judas Priest or just like rock books.
Well, he's also such a great character.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, in the whole book, he's just like explaining which Judas Priest songs are just about gay sex, and most of them. But
in a way, it is such a subtle way to be like an activist, because you get all these metalheads to be like, fuck yeah. And then learning that, it's like, oh, it's not so great. You know what I mean? Like it maybe normalized it at the time a little for people.
Yeah, he he goes into the lyrics. He's like, yeah, and like his bandmate, like he's like, it was kind of amazing that no one really listened and paid attention to what I was saying. Like when I thought it was like pretty clear what I was saying.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, he talks about, how horrible it was to walk around thinking like, gosh, if anyone really knew, this would all be over.
Yeah.
But it is, but yeah, a lot of.
Is he a friend of yours? Because you're friends with everybody. Do you know
He's a
him?
dear friend. He's a dear
Is he?
friend. No, I have met him. I think I just talked about this last week, so I'll tell the quick. I interviewed him once, probably 15 years ago. Prior to the interview, excused myself to use the restroom after drinking a lot of coffee and stuff. I went number 2, and then some feet appeared. Feet appeared, and I was like, "Gosh, I hope that's not Rob Halford, because it would be embarrassing to interview the guy that knows you were just taking a dump."
Yeah.
And it was.
It was.
So he then met me, and we exchanged that look when, someone's like, "You just took a huge dump." I know that's just what happened.
You're like, well, this can go on as long as you want, Rob. I'm good for a while. Take your time.
But I told maybe the more real time version of that last week. That's one of my. I have 5 stories, and that's one of them.
They're great stories, though.
They're great. I mean,
but you do also. So how are you adjusting? Like, because in New York, you are a mover and a shaker, you go out and you know everybody, and everybody knows you.
It's a great feeling.
And what is it? How is it now being back on the planet with the rest of us, being a normal person?
Oh yeah, not breathing that rare air anymore.
Yeah.
It's I may never go back. I really,
You really think so?
I opened an Etsy store.
You did?
Yeah, that's how much I'm leaning into just quiet little life.
That's great.
Though as I was talking about before you came on, I opened the Etsy store. I put one item in there and tried to price it similarly to what other people. It's a painted hatchet discussed earlier, and it's in there priced about what other people are charging, and I felt instantly dirty for even doing it.
Why?
Because I don't know.
Because why?
Self-loathing. Yeah.
Yeah, but so because you look at it and you go, mine's not good enough to be priced like this. You feel like a fake.
Yeah, exactly. But then I was like, all the other people who had the good sense to paint a hatchet, they're not thinking that.
No, it's a lot like comedians where you'll be like, God, I got to be so good with this joke and this needs work. And then like, I remember one night when I was like doing shows in somewhere in Burbank, I think it was in Burbank or whatever, but I was just sitting back there, like trying to work on this like thing where I was like, yeah. And then you gotta, writing it down. And then this guy on stage was just like, you ever fuck a girl like this? And then he just starts fucking the stool weird. And then he's just like, how about when someone eats your ass? And everyone's like losing their shit laughing. And I'm like, sometimes it's just own it. Just believe in yourself, even though, it's just,
I know.
Everyone's, yeah.
I'll figure it out on my deathbed.
You're too hard on yourself.
I was just telling Dave last week how common the ass eating material is.
Oh yeah,
at stand up right now.
Oh, it's great.
Gareth, have you seriously heard a lot of ass eating material?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
How am I missing this? Is it
people? Do you know how ubiquitous ass eating is now? It is
the chatter or the act. The act.
And the chatter. It is out there.
People are doing it, you're saying.
It's a given.
It's a given. It's a transaction. It's a
people you could, the next time that you go out with someone, and once you're like we're a pants off couple, you could take the tongue train to Ass Town and nobody would want to check your ticket stub. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
But you don't have to. I'm not saying I'm like, getting super involved, but it is.
It's just a common.
Yeah.
I feel
porn has changed everyone.
I think I'm too much of a gentleman to. I guess I don't have the right conversations.
It's not even that. I'm like that too. I'm like, like anytime someone's like, "What's a kinky thing?" I'm like, "How about sex?" Wouldn't that be amazing?
I know. Well, see, that's what I think. I think maybe this goes back to the problem with the Etsy store. I'm just grateful that any sort of friction is taking place.
Yes, it's a luxury.
That I'm just like, what else could possibly happen?
Yeah, yeah, that's how I am. I'm like a little naked butler. I'm like, what would you like? What do you need? Can I get you anything? What would you need? I'm fine. I'll eat after my shift. I get a free meal.
Yeah, but I so people. Oh wow, let's take some calls on this.
The phones are lighting up, David.
347-474-026. The phones aren't really working.
Well, let me. Should I tweet this out? What should I tweet out? I didn't tweet anything out about being on this.
Oh, see, this is right before you came on. I was just bitching about the lack of popularity of the show. Probably in me not being on Twitter anymore probably doesn't help.
BS, how you got kicked off.
Not bragging.
Are we call this is the Dave Hill Experience?
No, we're calling it the Dave Hill Goodtime Hour now. We've changed the name 47 times.
It's great though. Hour right now.
That's another problem. Is the branding is confusing.
The branding is confusing.
What about
you can call in at what's the number?
474. Oh, what's it? 347-474-0260.
Can you just start a Twitter account that's just at Goodtime Dave?
Yeah, you probably can.
That's it.
Somebody could.
347-474-0260.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Chris, you could do that. Now someone else is going to take
all over. I'm sorry.
Good Time Dave. No, I see that. What Twitter does is they like get your phone and your all the tech stuff, and they make it so when you try to do it, they just shut you down.
They're cool. They're cool, and this is working well, and their monopolistic ways of being able to censor anyone whenever they like is cool and working out fine, and we'll be fine.
Now, how are you doing, Gareth Reynolds? How are you doing out there in Los Angeles? It's been crazy.
Yeah, well, I've left a little bit, and
where have you gone?
I've gone to Wisconsin a little bit.
Brown Deer?
Well, the area, and I was actually going to go. I was going to try to go to England, but yeah, you can't, right? I mean, I just can't. It just
you could quarantine there for 2 weeks.
I could, but it's the flying that seems kind of fucking bananas to me.
Oh, because you'd have to fly like 12 hours layover in New York.
Yeah, and I'm like, it just seems kind of crazy. So I'm going to wait until something changes.
A friend of mine moved.
Herd immunity is what I'm going for. one person at a time.
Oh, it's making me cough just even hearing it. But a friend of mine moved to London literally yesterday, and posted a photo of himself on the plane, and there was no one on the plane.
Really?
Yeah.
See, if I got that treatment, that would be big. That would be amazing. That I would do.
Well, so you're worried mostly about the flight from LA to New York.
Yeah. I mean, both flights.
Yeah.
Just flying in general seems. I don't know. Am I crazy?
No, I don't think so. But my friend Brooke Shields. No, I'm not.
Dave, you said you weren't going to say any names. You accidentally let it slip.
I'm not friends with her.
Oh.
I stood near her once.
And?
I felt like it went great.
That's good.
No, I've had 3 Brooke Shields encounters. None of which.
It sounds like you are friends.
None of which involved us interacting.
So.
But
that's weird. So these
one of them was backstage at UCB in New York, in Chelsea when that place is there, and I was trying to go to the bathroom.
Is this another Halford? Halford?
No, there was no. It was near Halford because I think she was coming from the bathroom, and we sort of just, oh, excuse me. And so that was the first. Another time, I was at a party, and I was
As
like,
you are a social butterfly.
I was just partying, and I was like, oh, some beautiful woman has just walked into the room, and I looked, and I was like, it's Brooke Shields from the Blue Lagoon.
Oh wow!
It's more of a get together, honestly.
That's close. You're closing in. You're getting warmer.
Oh no! But then the third one, I went to Tavern on Jane, where I believe I've been with you.
We've been there, yeah.
In New York.
Yeah.
I went with a friend. He's friends with Brooke Shields. We walked in. She was sitting there at the bar. He says, "Hey, Brooke," and they start chatting. And I think, well, if I'm going to meet Brooke Shields, it's going to be now, because my friend that I just walked in with is friends with her, and they're talking.
Yeah.
Didn't introduce me.
Oh my God, that's the worst. Those are the worst. When you're like, I need this intro, and your friend's like, all right, well, we're gonna get a table. You're like,
Yeah, so I don't know Brooke Shields. But anyway, my point is, Brooke Shields posted a photo on Instagram of her. She was flying, and she had goggles, the visor, the clear thing, and then the mask also.
I would go with that. That's what I would roll with.
Yeah, and I think she was okay.
Well, we haven't heard yet, so
we don't know.
We don't know. If anyone knows, it would be you.
You would think the guy who almost met her
3 times. I almost pooped in front of her.
Wait, what?
You almost pooped in front of her.
I almost did.
Guys, we have someone waiting on Zoom.
Gareth, what do you think?
Dave, what do we always say? Let's let the night take us.
Yeah, right.
Well, does Des have a call on hold?
One of Gareth's friends called in, but he bailed out.
Dave, the phones are lighting up since I tweeted about this.
This is I'm saying.
This is what we're talking about.
All right, we're letting Trudy B in.
Trudy B.
Well, we don't have to wait. I mean, we're waiting.
This is like chat roulette. Do you remember that? Chat roulette?
Roulette, where for like 3 weeks, people were like, it was amazing. You could talk to someone in South Africa for no reason. And then it was like 3 weeks later, everybody was Jeffrey Toobin. It was just dick after dick.
I know. I mean, Carrie Curran from Brooklyn was just saying that we should let people call on a video, and I was all against it. But now I'm loving it. So I think we should do it.
Have you learned a bigger lesson?
I've learned a bigger lesson.
Open yourself up.
And I'm reassessing the world around me as well as my place in it. Do we still have Trudy?
We lost Trudy.
We lost Trudy, but now we have Ari, who we're gonna lose.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's Dave again. We're not gonna act like we're waiting for them.
No. If it happens,
it happens. It happens. That's what we let the night take us. We don't tell the night where we're going. That's never been how you and I operate together.
This is amazing.
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Ari, what's up?
Hello. What is this?
Hello. See, that's the kind of heat that we want. Why can't we see Ari on the screen?
I can see Ari.
Hello.
I
Chris,
see Ari.
I see him up top, but I don't
see
him.
Dave, I think you gotta put it in gallery mode.
Oh, that's my problem.
There you go.
Ari, where are you?
I'm currently in Ohio.
Ari, how high are you?
I wish I was higher.
You're pretty high though.
No, I'm dead sober.
Oh, you are. I thought that was a mushroom poster behind you.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah.
Jellyfish.
Oh wow, look at that. Where in Ohio are you, Ari?
Cincinnati.
Oh,
Sin City, baby, Sin City.
Beautiful this time of year.
Oh, gorgeous this time of year. They say that's what they say. They say you always want to spend whatever month this is in Cincinnati.
I don't think that's true.
I've read that.
Oh, what are you doing? Are you from Cincinnati?
No, I'm from the Bay Area, but I'm here for work.
Okay.
You're just visiting, or you live there now?
I live here now.
What do you do?
For some ungodly reason, I'm an engineer.
Oh wow, that can mean anything.
Yeah, I can.
I'm gonna picture that you're like a conductor on a train.
Okay.
That's more fun,
like
right?
Like a train engineer, where you're like, guys, there's not enough coal.
Yeah.
Get the
That
wood up
sounds-
here.
That sounds great. Yeah, actually, that's what I do. That's me.
Yeah.
That with the little cap.
Did you hear about Jeffrey Toobin?
No, I didn't.
Google it when we're done.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
Chris, Chris, I think you're the official spokesperson on the Jeffrey Toobin incident.
You've now got a concise way of saying it, I believe, Chris, right?
There's no screenshots, video, or anything of it, if that's what you're wondering.
No, but give him the
just
straight
break
down
it down. I mean, I've been telling the Rob Halford bathroom story for good 15 years, and I don't have it down as well as you.
It's pretty tight now, though.
So he claimed, this is his direct quote, was that he thought that he had muted the video.
Yeah, but Ari, for context, Jeffrey Toobin showed a bunch of people on a Zoom his dick, and he's like a legal analyst for CNN.
CNN, I think.
He's fired now because he showed everyone his dick.
Understand.
And if you're thinking, oh well, so what? The dude wore a robe to a Zoom and he got up and like something slipped out. Big deal. He was. What we're pretty sure is he was jerking off.
Yeah, that's what it
during a
sounds
Zoom meeting.
So there's a New York Times article, and they kind of skirt around.
Yeah.
saying-
Although Ari's from the Bay Area, so he's probably like, well, yeah, I mean, you're allowed to Silicon Valley. That's called a moonshot. It's like that's how you ideate.
Anything goes.
Anything goes, man.
That's
If you're in the you're in the cube room, the think tank.
Everything's legal in California.
Yeah, which is all by way of saying, Ari, you should feel comfortable now, in every way.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
Definitely.
not suggesting you masturbate during this, but don't pull punches.
Should I just start?
Don't chew.
We're
Don't chew.
not suggesting it.
Don't chew.
No.
I see.
Don't tube it. What are you drinking there?
Got some Guinness.
Oh, nice.
Just said you were sober.
Classic.
Oh no,
you're like that's what I like. That's the kind of person I know. I know I would like hanging out with you because you're like, well, I mean, I'm sober aside from drinking.
I'll rephrase. I'm an ex-stoner. That's what I am.
High.
Classified.
I'm not high, is what you meant.
Yeah.
I like this. Seriously though, what sort of engineering do you do?
I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm at a place called Makino, which deals with machinery.
Okay, this could not be more vague.
Yeah.
How do you spell
sorry.
Makino?
Makino.
Okay.
Is it a Japanese company?
Yes.
That was pretty good guess.
Yeah,
Good.
I think
Pretty good, David.
I feel good about it.
Yeah, as you should.
So what's your sports question?
Honestly, I didn't know what this was. I just saw it on Twitter.
That's good. That's what we're after.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I apologize if I'm derailing things.
No.
An
the show is
engineer never derails. All right, you're the guy who gets it back on the tracks, baby.
We have someone else in the waiting room, actually.
All right. Well,
I can head off. I appreciate your time, guys.
Yeah,
thank you, Ari.
Go
You
have
brought
a
a
beer
lot
and
of
stay
heat. We
sober.
appreciate it.
Will not do. Have a good one, guys.
See you, buddy. See, Dave, what do you think? You're opening yourself up to the new experiences.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I gotta get on Twitter.
You should get the show on Twitter. I'm sure one of you can set that up. That would be a good
Right?
idea.
It seems
Yeah.
doable.
Yeah.
Wait, who's on hold? Or who's
Michael McDonald.
The singer?
That would be amazing. See, that's something that would happen on Chat Roulette. You would be going through no.
I'm just trying a new song. Oh, hi. Want to see my dick? Michael.
See, the problem with this is like I have to ask them to start their video, and they kind of just keep declining. So then I don't know what to do with them after that.
Okay, Michael, start. They can hear though. There he is.
There's Michael.
He started his video.
Yeah. He went with the close-up shot. He's like, you're not going to see anything. You're going to see my eyes and nothing else. What's up, Michael?
Where's Michael?
Dave,
We lost
take the
Michael.
interview from here.
I
got it warmed up.
I know you
I greased the
set it
wheel.
up, but he's disappeared again. What happened to Michael?
No.
Oh, he's there. I see him. I saw him briefly.
Well, you know
Like
what,
the
Dave?
top
Like we
of his
always say,
face.
we're going to let the night take us where it does. So we're
Let
not going
the
to worry
night-
about. If Michael's here, it's great. If he's not, it's meant to be.
Yeah, we can't worry about it. If there's
We're not gonna
anyone,
live our lives like that.
I've done a total 180 on this. The idea of I'm into this Zoom idea of letting random people Zoom in.
It's funny. Especially Ari is like, what is this?
It's perfect. I would literally, I was, I was like, what's of the many problems with this show? The main one being the host. I feel like we've solved it by letting random people zoom in.
That's what you call the show now. That'll be the
That's
Dave
the show.
Hill Good Time Comedy Hour. Zoom in.
Zoom in. What do you got?
What do you got? Yeah,
We don't have any.
It's a segment. That's what you could do. Last 15 minutes of what do you got?
What do
Dave
you got?
Hill, what do you got?
Yeah, I feel like Des, you have a look on your face.
Des, what do you got?
What do you got?
I was able to make a Twitter handle for @GoodTimeDave, but they threw a 1 on at the end of it. So
No, we need one more specific to the. We'll talk about this in the notes session that we do after we do 2 hours of notes after every show.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, no, I mean we're up late.
We're here, so we'll knock it out.
Here.
Sure, it still just seems.
Ari from Brooklyn has asked for the Zoom link at least 5 times, and I keep pasting it, but she doesn't. I don't think she's seeing it.
She's not taking the bait.
No.
Come on, Carrie. When the weather was nicer, Gareth Reynolds, we would have live chickens on the show.
Yeah, I have chicken.
Yeah, that's who was. There it is.
Des has chickens.
That's cool.
Not to brag.
Where are they now?
They're in the yard. We got a coop in the yard, but for the first 8 or 10 weeks that they were alive, we had them in the house when they were.
Okay.
So we'd have a little
When
chicken.
they're babies.
Yeah.
Right.
Now it'd be kind of weird to have a chicken in the attic.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't find it weird. I think it was pretty. If you had a chicken, I'd go, all right, I like this. I like this.
Something to think about.
Something to think about.
I want to back it up. Follow-up question: how much of the Green Bay Packers do you own?
I don't like to get into the numbers of it, and here's why: because I want to just be a fan. More than anything, and that's how I want to be seen. So, if you're asking me, am I invited to meetings every year? Yeah. Oh yeah. You better believe I am.
Okay, we're talking at least $300.
I'm not gonna. You can say whatever number. I'm not upset at you speculating or guessing. I'm just not going to play that game. I'm a man of the people, and I will say yes. I have some input when it comes to personnel. Sure, the team looks to me a lot of the time for ideas or inspiration, and absolutely, I can do what I want with the squad. But I'm not going to sit here and let you know where I'm at with the stock holdings that I have in the team. I'm a fan first. I'm a business fan. That's what I like to call myself. I'm a business fan.
I respect. This is the answer I was looking for. You didn't take the bait.
Nope, not me. Nope, this is not my first rodeo.
You talk to other owners around the league, or are you strictly?
Des, let's. If I wanted to have a conversation with another owner, that's not crazy.
Okay, if you want to put
it amazing
for me, that'd be great.
How many owners are there of the Green Bay Packers team?
There's, probably 100,000.
Really?
There's a lot. Look, in '93, they sold the stock, and it was like, oh, this is a big thing, and it was actually like owning some part of the Packers, because the Packers are a 51% fan-owned organization. So the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, it's just 51%?
Yes, but it's a majority. So the team is never going to be able to leave Green Bay. That's why it's one of the only stadiums that still is called after people who are significant to the team versus US Bank Stadium or whatever.
Yeah, Lambeau Field.
Lambeau Field after Curly Lambeau, the man who bought the Green Bay Packers.
Have you ever have you ever been out there on the turf of Lambeau Field?
I, as an owner, no, and as a fan, no.
What about as a really drunk guy?
I've tried. I have a friend who I think he had someone's season ticket. That's how it works. You get season tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically how you get tickets to the game. Someone who has season tickets, or you can buy them for, a lot, but that's the best way to do it. So a friend of mine was there with someone else's season tickets. And when he was there, he was hammered, and they won, and he jumped on the field, and he took grass from the field, and he stuffed it in his socks, like he wanted part of Lambeau Field. And then they threw him out. He went to jail, and he had to go to court, and he had to write an apology letter so that the family could keep their season tickets. and I believe he returned the grass.
Wow. Who saw the letter? Like, did that go to the players?
No, it was like an apology. I mean, it was probably an apology letter to the city because the city is so intertwined with the team. It really is when you go there, like the whole city is Packers related. It's all
yeah. I would argue the whole state of Wisconsin.
Yes, but like Green Bay is like literally everything's green and gold, and the whole town is but yeah, Wisconsin is.
Interest of full disclosure.
So.
I've not actually been to Green Bay proper.
Well, but Dave, you've been a rock in so many ways for the guys. Your inspiration to me over the years has been fantastic. When you always are there to motivate the squad.
There's no off season for DH.
Guys, we have a couple of people in Zoom right now.
What could go wrong?
Do we let them both in at the same time or just one?
Sure. Yeah, well, Dave, it's up to you. I mean, like we always say.
I think let's do a lightning round because we only have 4 minutes, but let's
okay.
Let's let one. We'll do them both for.
Okay, we'll start. We have Carrie first. Carrie, you're muted. Unmute yourself. There you go.
Sorry. Hi.
It's okay.
Oh
Hi.
my goodness.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, hello.
Can you see me? I can't. Oh,
yeah.
We can see you. Yes.
Okay, great.
I like that you're really cutting loose tonight. I like that.
You know, I just realized I was wearing the same exact dress that I was you remember the very first show you did? The only time you allowed Zoom before. And so I was like, I'm wearing the same dress.
That's a dress.
So I got to just throw on a bikini. You know, what can I do?
Oh, you threw, okay. So I thought it was a bikini. Well,
you know,
setting the bar for others. So for the other Zoom people, bikinis are welcome. You can say that now, Dave. That's established.
This is this is how it works. I was really low today, bitching at the top of the show, and I feel like we're reaching new heights now.
Social media is taking flight. The ratings are up. The phones look like a strobe light, for the love of Pete.
It's amazing. We have people.
All we're missing is Jeffrey Toobin.
Well, we put Toobin drives the time for a little while.
We have 3 minutes. It's amazing. You have a lovely apartment there as well, Carrie, in Brooklyn.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, it's it's home.
Love it.
I'm looking for a new one.
Why?
Because I have these crazy downstairs neighbors who bang on the ceiling constantly. And the other day, and so the management company decided not to renew my lease. And in the middle of a pandemic, single mom with 2 kids. So that the owner who loves me, that I sublet from, she's in Mexico. She's like, you know what? I can't deal with it anymore. I'm just going to sell. And I'm like, you can't do that. We can't give up. And she's like, I just can't deal. So she's selling. And so she hired cleaners the other night to come in for the open house on the weekend. And suddenly I had a knock at the door and the cleaners didn't want to open the door. And we were sitting outside on this little balcony that I have. And there were 14 cops, 14. And they said, yeah, your downstairs neighbor said that you're beating the children and throwing them around. And I was
wait, Carrie, hold on. So it sounds like the neighbors complain that you're too loud up in your apartment. Yes? That's a constant.
Yeah. It's always like, walking is too loud though for them.
Right.
Like,
do you have carpets?
And you have, how old are your kids?
I've covered the apartment with 80%. They're 8 and 10. They were they were 7 and 9 at the time. Yeah.
And as a boy, girl?
2 boys.
2 boys. Okay. Yeah. So there's probably some rough housing going on, and your neighbors are just pricks about it over it. But 14 cops is a lot.
I wrote them a 6-page letter, and I was like, listen, we're going to be here a lot more. They're going to have to do PE here. We're going to have to be here, You're going to have to accept this. And they were like, absolutely, we're in this together. Meanwhile, it was like, bang, bang, bang on the ceiling every second,
Man.
So, it's pretty, the other day I saw, one of them in the elevator, and I was like, are you are you proud of yourself? Do you feel good? Feel good about what you've done? And the guy was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, yeah, well, you just are having a single mom with her 2 kids thrown out in the middle of a pandemic on the street. You feel good about that? And he's like, I didn't. I was like, yeah, you did. You called every single night.
Well,
And I
you
was
know
like,
what you've got to do
shame
for
on
your
you.
remaining time there. You have to just tell the kids that they need to start wrestling. Make wrestling be like, we're going out with a bang.
Just like talk. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're like, guys,
Oh,
here's a
man.
little, I've got ropes, but we don't have a mattress because I don't want it to cushion the sound of you guys banging on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
Whenever they bang now, I bang the exact rhythm back. They're like 2, and I'm like 2. They're 3, and I'm 3. Because I'm like, no way. I dropped my water bottle in the house, and they like bang, and I was like, no, not anymore. Like I used to like bring them a cookie and be like, sorry about that. Is there anything? Now I'm just like, I can't believe you played it so differently than I did. You know?
Oh man.
It just goes to show, like, if anyone's ever harassing you, you have to harass back, I guess.
I like it.
That's what JFK said.
That's exactly right. Carrie, we're out of time. I want to hear more about this. Can you zoom in next week?
Yeah, now that it's legal.
Yeah, now it's legal. It's paid off and such. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie.
Do we want to take those one more Zoom for like 30 seconds and say goodnight?
Sure. I mean, I always say, what I love about when I hang out with you, Dave, is wherever the night takes us.
Wherever the night
just kind of our mantra, and I've always loved that about us.
We lost that other person. So.
Oh, we lost
and that's
the
fine,
others.
and that's where the night took us, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Welcome.
We should thank the people who sent in contributions for No Kid Hungry. They are Matt Arnold, thank you. Justin Smith, thank you. Brendan O'Dwyer, Jamie Matzo, and I think there's others. They can't. Anyway, that's all I have in front of me right now. I apologize. And if you want to, send in, and we'll give a portion of the proceeds will go towards trying to get a phone line. And the rest will go to No Kid Hungry. The majority will go to No Kid Hungry. Probably by tomorrow morning, I'll say all of it's going to No Kid Hungry because I'll be in a better mood. I'll still be drunk.
Wow.
Because I'll start drinking immediately after the show.
Well, that's during the note session. That cannot be.
That's when I lash out the tears.
That's how Tubin rolled.
Yeah. Now look at him.
Yep.
Gareth, thank you for
Guest of the year.
Guest of the year. Thank you for elevating, elevating the program.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure. And I'm glad we got to do the Zoom. I think that's a good element.
Yeah. We got to see. It was as close as we'll come to a quality hang in the year 2020.
I think that's safe to say. But
although you are welcome here. You are welcome to come to the murky shores of Lake Erie and quarantine for 2 weeks and then hang out with me.
It's just 2 weeks is a little crazy, you know what I mean? Where do you have a place where I can go, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll sit offline. I'll get that.
Yeah, we'll offline all this. Okay. All this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Thank you. And everyone, not that you need more listeners because it's the world's most popular podcast.
I want
but everyone.
It got more popular since we started.
Well, yeah. That's called the reverse DH.
Bingo bango. That's called the HD.
Yeah. The Dollop. You and Dave Anthony.
Yep. You were a guest on it. Go listen to Dave's episode. Very funny.
I was a guest on it. And
back when we could do live comedy.
We're a few minutes over, but I guess we'll go out on this. I was a guest on it, and our mutual friend Jim Biederman went and read the comments.
Did he really?
For that episode, and he's like, probably 1 out of 3 people really hated you, but I feel like the other 2 out of 3 were okay with it.
No, loved. No, you were. I mean, we were having a good time, as we all.
That's all that matters.
Yes. So maybe.
No, I think he was saying the listeners love you guys so much that, and literally, he was saying literally anyone.
I don't talk to him anymore. Anyway,
you
I'll
don't?
save it for the note session.
Okay.
No, not like it's a line in the sand. I just haven't talked to him in ages.
Okay, well, we'll get a note session.
Okay, great. Okay.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and thanks for people listening on the podcast version in the future, later this week. Thank you, Chris Gersbeck. Thank you, Des. and we'll zoom it up next week.
Yeah,
that's a new slogan I just came up with.
Right. It needs its own Twitter.
Yeah. We're thinking of getting on Twitter.
It's huge.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody.
Later.
Are you going to stop the feed?
I'll stop the
Chris?
stream and then we can talk about people.
Say horrible things.